for at Autopolis. Okay, so here we are then with Daily Race C, and this week we are at the Autopolis International Racing Course. Doing 10 laps on the racing mediums and racing hard tyres. Racing hard tyres mandatory, 7 times fuel, 1 times tyre, and BOP. Seems as though it's quite similar to Daily Race C from a couple of weeks ago at the Nürburgring when we were in the Honda NSX with the 7 times fuel, so I imagine in this one there will be some fuel management that will be required to get ourselves to the end. And again, the option there of using the racing medium tyre, you can use it if necessary, but I think with this one again it's going to be a case of racing hard, no stop, manage the fuel all the way. I'm in the Ferrari 458 Italia for this one, not driven this car for a while, so I just thought I'd give it a try. A track that prior to today I've never driven round ever. I mean, we've done sections of Autopolis, as you do on the license tests in single player. I think there's a couple of license tests here in the B&A, but in terms of actual proper racing on Autopolis, I've never driven a full competitive lap of this track before, ever. Not on GT7, not on GT Sport, not on any game. So this is, for me anyway, a brand new track. So we've got a bit of a double then here today. We've got Daily Race C, and we're learning, as I say for me anyway, a brand new circuit. And what we've done so far, it's a pretty good track, I think. It looks quite good. The first sector is the bit you do in the license test, so I've got a bit of a very vague knowledge of that coming in to this one, but this last sector is, as I say, prior to today, totally new to me. I've got literally no idea of where we're going to be in relation to lap time, in relation to position, or anything like that. I think with this one, it's just a case of getting in there and seeing what happens. So, let's go. Okay, so as expected, then we are at the back. I think all things said, we should still have some good racing here, nevertheless. Right, let's go then in a field consisting of Jags, Mercedes and Ferraris from what I've seen so far. Get down to the first corner then. I'm going to brake here. I think the first corner's a bit of a one there where the apex just kind of comes up on you a little bit from what I found in practice anyway. Oh, just been rear-ended there by somebody. All going to be sort of holding them up. Oh, bit of contact there as well. Maybe you should have said in the lobby or something that I've never ever done a race here before properly, just to kind of forewarn people. But there you go. A few laps, we'll be up to speed. Bit of rear damage there by the look of it, but not to worry. Coming up now towards a hairpin. I'm going to brake about here. I'm going to go first gear. Maybe get second there on the way out. Just follow the cars in front for now, just try and stick on the back of them. It's this section here of these sweeping corners, the bit of Autopolis that I'm least familiar with, so we'll just have to really try to sort of learn it as we go. Sort of comes back across like this, doesn't it, onto this apex here. And then just on that one there like that. Just a couple of corners and you've got this sweeping right-hander, which then turns into this quick left-hander that gets you back on the start finish straight. And well, there we are. Lap 2, we've survived our first full racing lap on Autopolis. Got a Ferrari there going up the inside into the first corner. A bit of contact there that I'm looking at. That's why I can't get myself turned in. We've got someone else as well. That's 3 guys there by the look of it that have had a bit of a coming together at turn 1. Put ourselves down to mix 4 mode for this one. Then we've got 10.5 laps worth of fuel in the tank. 89% as things stand at the moment, so far so good. 1 and a bit laps in, we haven't crashed yet, that's good. Towards the hairpin, got an overtake going on. I'm just going to tuck him behind there like this, and again I'm going to let it run out there before going into second. This corner here could be quite tricky. Take too much speed in, get on the apex there, could bounce you up on the grass. Again here, really want to try to hit this apex here. It's going to set you up for hitting this apex here for a good exit and a good drive into this corner here, and around this final couple of corners gets us round the second lap. Back of the Mercedes now at the start of lap 3, going to go to the inside. First overtaken on Autopolis. Where's the braking zone for the first corner? You can't see the apex until the very last minute there. Bit of a contact there, but we've got through. My first competitive overtake at Autopolis. Learning racing track. One of them things, learning tracks, you know, 4 or 5 laps or so. You get relatively up to speed with it, so it's not so bad. And it seems as though we are gaining positions. We're now P10 after 3 laps. Only 4 seconds behind P9. Yeah, I told you, not so bad, is it? Let's see then. The fastest lap of the race is a 1:55.1, and my fastest lap was a 59.2. Just getting the hang now of this final section on the Autopolis track. Oh, bit of a thing now at the back end, but we've got it in check. One eye on learning the track, another eye on that fuel tank as well. 8.5 laps left in the tank, 3/4 as we start the 4th lap. And we are 5.5 seconds behind the guy in P9. First corner. Well, a nice gap of 1.2 to the guy behind. So we're just sort of holding stations for the moment then as the Autopolis track. It gradually comes to us as we work our way through the laps here. There's definitely ways of taking these corners a lot quicker than this. It's just a case, like I say, learn the track, and then you can really get to work on hammering the lap time around here. Downshift there by accident, don't want to do that. Just really noticing that front end there going through that corner. Sort of struggling there a little bit to hit the apex, but we got through. 7.2 to the car in front. I think this one's just basically a practice session now at this point, to be honest with you. Having said that, we do have cars behind, so there is still some good racing in the offering here. The more we learn the circuit as well, the more we get more confident in these corners. As we learn our way around, we can start getting our lap time down and maybe start to close that gap. Of course, you never know with these things what's going to happen later on in the race as we hit lap 5. Halfway now. I've got loads of fuel left. Going to turn it up a bit. It's track knowledge in the bank, isn't it, with these kind of things, and then you take it into the next one. And the one after that, and the one after that, then you get better as you go. But the other 458 here, P11, right behind us now, just 2 tenths. They're looking quite good here to attempt an overtake at the hairpin. Inside they're going to the hairpin. I'm not going to fight this one too much. Not on a track that we don't really have a full understanding of at the minute. Trying to stay with them though, burn off some of this excess fuel we seem to have accumulated. As I say, see what happens. We'll look there at the inside. And again, they're going to go for it here up this corner as well. Oh, they're side by side. We'll try and hold it. Bit of a battle there. Oh, bit of door banging. And I've got through there on the outside. Someone there going in front of us there. That's now got us in a bit of a train here with 3 other cars. Start of lap 6, I'm going to turn my fuel up a bit more because I feel like I've got a bit left in the tank that we can get through. Really trying to follow this corner. Get a nice tight line through here. Bit of overtaking there in the hairpin ahead of us there. Again, this corner here, just trying to keep it relatively tight to the inside, maximise the exit on the way out. But 2 seconds ahead of P13 so far, so just bear that in mind. We've got some inroads on these guys then. Feel like we're sort of getting there as we do more laps, and the track, as I say, comes to us a bit more. Lap 7, we've got 5 laps of fuel in the tank apparently, so let's just go to 1. Let's just bang it up to 1. Leave it on there now. Again, this first corner, the apex is sort of appearing over that small brow as you get up towards the meter boards on the left hand side. Right, I'm in mixed mode 1 now. I've got power. Got some action taking place in front of us as we go round the hairpin. Gonna have a tricky corner, this one here. Don't want to be taking too much on the apex there, otherwise you just bounce up on the grass. We've got P9 and P10 very much engaged there in a battle in front of us. Sort of seem to close the gap on these guys in the last couple of corners here, but it just seems to get the drive, although this time we're looking a bit more poised now. Just cautious there through the first corner, not really sure where the braking zone is there, so just sort of keep it in check. Right then, 2 laps to go, and we are 1.5 clear of P13. I'd say maintain this pace, and we should be alright. We're 6 tenths off P11. Let's focus now, really getting to the end. The of our first full competitive race on Autopolis. Someone else there going off there. We've now got quite a few just in front of us now, just kind of bottled up. So these final couple of corners there, 458, bit of contact there with the Jag in front of us. Let's go for it. Onto the penultimate lap on the outside of the Jag, running down towards the first corner. Get on them brakes, try to hold it around the outside if we can. Oh, the Jag's going to come across us there and defend the position. Just follow through here then for now. We are very much running these guys to the end of the race. We can obviously keep the car on the track, that is. Bit of a wide line into the hairpin, trying to cut back, but the Jag's got it covered there by the look of it at the moment there. We've got the run on the Jag, out the hairpin, and that is going to be an overtake on Autopolis. Trying to work with it now. We've got a load of fuel left in the car. We can really run it all the way to the end now on this final lap in a bit with full power. Let's see what we can do then with the Ferrari in front of us here, just into this next section of corners. Once again, just really work, trying to keep a tight line through here. Oh, we're getting a bit more feisty now, attacking these curves a bit more. Around this final couple of corners, they've been untidy there. It's going to maybe give the Jag a bit of a run as we start the last lap of this one. Jag's there, not really sure about a move as we get to the first corner. Jag's there, not really poised though for a move, but they are right behind us though, coming out the first corner, seeing it up and down the field, racing very much at the back here. The hairpin, the Ferrari there in front, just holding station, trying to get the drive there. The drive to attack the Ferrari in front, fend off the Jag behind. So braking there a bit early, quite possibly, but it's going to help us get around the corner though, that's the thing. Getting into the final sector now. We're just working it now to the finish line. Final couple of corners. We are at the fuel, don't worry about that. Right, first proper race on Autopolis, P11. Okay, put the mediums on and we'll run round. We achieved the main goal in that last race of getting round to the finish without going off the track or crashing into anybody. One of those where you race somewhere that you've never been to before. It takes a bit of time to learn the circuit. After a few laps, it does come to you. You just got to get around those first few laps, and then once you sort of know the general basic layout of the track, you can start working on improving on various corners, hooking it all up and really working on that lap time. So yeah, feels like I've got a bit of a hand on the Autopolis track now after that race. I have to say it's quite a good track. You've got some hairpins, sweeping corners, long straights, lots of opportunity to have some good racing and overtaking as well. Okay, couple of laps then on the racing medium tyre. So what we'll do then now is we'll switch back to the racing hard tyres and we'll get into the next one. P12. Right, let's get on it. Away we go then. Power mode 4 into the first corner. Bit of contact in front of us always, again, a bit late there in front of us there on the brakes, but they've got round. Oh, someone there just had a bit of a thing there. It's going to put us into P13. Just watch here, just sort of spot the gap. Relatively unscathed at the start of this one then. Just watch the spacings, watch those gaps. Get into the hairpin here. Okay, so now we know the track a bit more anyway. We should be able to apply that knowledge and see if we can have a better race in this one. Bit of action there ahead of us there, a bit of door banging going on there. It's going to allow us just to get a run there into P12. It is the case for the moment. We're going to just still got the front end in there as they go around the right-hander, but all exit there is going to drop us down to 13th and maybe another place as well. Bit sloppy there. Down to the back now. Still very much in the fight, even with poor driving like that. Someone there going off. Right, coming towards the end of the first lap and thinking this one, really try to attack with the fuel. Do have the fuel in the car. We're just going to use it. Lap 2, turn up the power. The first corner action up in front. We've got Ferrari versus Mercedes. Mercedes now just tucking in behind there, going up the inside of both Ferrari cars into turn 2. That is a Jag, not a Ferrari. The Ferrari there in front of us there is getting on the apex. It's kind of pulled them off. It's going to bump us up into P12. 1.1, 1.2 now off P11. The Jag that I thought was a Ferrari is going to go up the inside into this hairpin. Just leave that space, allow the move to take place. There we are. Good bit of clean racing. I'm just going to tuck in behind. I'm not really, you know, overtaking on these corners. Not really quite at that point yet of dive bombing an Autopolis. But all car off there is going to rejoin. Oh, and block the Jag. That's going to move us up into P11. Going to try and hold on to that though through these next couple of corners, and we've done so. Lap 3 now, P11. Follow the guys in front in terms of braking for that first corner. Personal best in the first sector. Always what we like to see. Found these couple of corners here again, and then into the hairpin here. I'm going to go first. Get round. Now I'm going to go to second just to drive out. 6 and a bit laps of the race to go now. 8.4 in the tank. Leave it in 2 for a bit longer and then up into 1 maybe. We're static at the minute, aren't we, with P10, 1.5 seconds behind. Just maintaining that gap there quite nicely in the Mercedes. I'm pretty sure that is a Mercedes. Onto the 4th lap, personal best. Sit, nice drive through that first corner. Because then you get a nice run down this bit, don't you? Bit of a gear shift mistake there, going into 5th by accident. Almost the apex a bit there, going through. I'm just going to guide the car through here. 7/10 to the guy behind in the Ferrari. Just keep an eye on that one. 1.2 now to P10 at the moment. Just holding stations here in P11. A little bit on the apex there. Oh, a bit late there, going in. Going to lose a bit of time to the car behind. Clumsy exit off there. Now going to lose a bit of time for that. Halfway, we've got 5 laps to go and 6 laps with the fuel in the car. So we'll have a look in a minute about turning it up. Maybe then we can really make some inroads on the car in front and maybe mount some sort of challenge. Just maintaining at the moment then 7/10 back to P12 in the Ferrari. We're just sort of keeping it on the track for now. Seem to be losing a bit of time in this section here in particular, sort of noticing that a little bit. Allowing the Ferrari behind just to close up a little bit there and just allow the Mercedes to get away from us in front. Pit stop then. They're going for a tyre change. Or they're going to be topping up the fuel tank. I say maybe topping up the fuel tank with that one. Lap 6 then, into the first corner we go once again. Ferrari less than half a second behind us now. We are though only 6/10 behind the Mercedes. We've got the Ferrari there going to go for a move. Just about managed to keep ourselves in front then at the minute. Yeah, a clumsy corner there. Just keep it together though for the hairpin, which maybe should have gone into first there for the rotation, but we got round. Looks as though it is going to come at a cost there, that hairpin. Oh, just bangers off there. Just about alright, it's got through into P10. Bit of a thing at the moment with these corners and these curves on the last couple of laps or so. I'm going to sort of try to just get it a bit more together. I mean, it's 1 time's tyre wear, so the tyres aren't exactly going to be wearing off, are they? That's definitely, well, could have been a better lap, but now 2.5 behind. We've sort of dropped off just a tiny bit. There's still 3 laps to go. As I say, anything in that time can happen, including us crashing. Right, the time has come. Let's get it into power mode 1. We've got enough fuel. I think we have anyway. And let's just try to open it up now. Close up on the cars in front. Keep the cars behind at bay. Good car then around here, the Ferrari 458. Not giving us too many problems, which is good. Closing in a little bit now to the cars in front. 1.8 at the start of lap 8 with our fuel turned up to 1. Bit of contact in front of us there by the look of it. Don't know obviously how much fuel those guys have got left, but they're definitely in some sort of battle there. Gonna pick up the pieces. Oh, maybe not. I was going for it there. Did he sort of move across? Seems though we've got ourselves back into the action again as this race enters the closing stages. So we'll see how it goes. Saving fuel, that's the thing. I mean, we're not saving fuel, so we're able just to really go for it there. Oh, very late into the hairpin there. I thought I was going to rear end in there. Not quite having the turn in there, or again, me braking too late for the corner. Section now, and the Mercedes definitely on the edge. Stay with them and try to utilise the power. It's really clumsy driving today. Nevertheless, we're still with the Mercedes. We're around these final couple of corners. Going to give ourselves a run perhaps on the Mercedes at the start of the penultimate lap. Here we are, there's a big dent in the back of that Merc, so definitely contacting moves there. We're going to go to the outside, start of lap 9. On the brakes to the first corner, Mercedes is going to defend the inside. Oh, cut back there. Gets ourselves through to P10. Just seemed to overshoot it a bit there. And we got ourselves into P10, and we get P9 maybe. A possibility. Oh, bit of forceful driving there. They've gone, let us back through. And we're just a bit slow off the corner. Bit of touring car-esque driving there, wasn't it? It's the hairpin then. We're going to see a nice line on both of us go through there. Oh, I've got it a bit wrong there, but we've managed to save it. That's going to pull us right back into the hands of the Mercedes now behind our Achilles heel of the track. This section here, we've just got to try and do our thing. Work though is definitely, he's looking for it, he's looking for a move. Last couple of corners. I've got enough fuel, don't worry about that. Final lap. Someone there not having enough fuel is going to allow us to move up to 9th. Mercedes not really poised for a move into the first corner, so a bit of a luxury here of just allowing ourselves a bit of time to make sure we get through and get through cleanly. To the section here now for the final time, just keep it nice and tidy, nice and smooth. Let's fall them back a bit there to 1.7, bit of a topsy-turvy exit out the hairpin. Just pressure off a little bit with just about half a lap to go. Get ourselves around the hairpin. Right, to keep it on the track, and I would say we've got ourselves a nice P9 here. Say, barring any catastrophe from here, a little bit wide down the final couple of corners. But we have run out of fuel now. Oh, we've run out of fuel. Oh, I'm out of fuel. Oh, no. Can I get 10th, though? Come on. Yes, got 10th. There we are then, Autopolis, a track I've never raced at before properly until today, and I don't think I did so bad. Good racing there. Yeah, we ran out of fuel towards the end, but there you go, one of those things. Definitely a track, now I know it, we can get on it, try to improve a bit on this circuit now, and see what happens the next time we do racing at Autopolis. Good race.